Are you at all curious about what a scale or a key is in music? This video is all about what they are and how scales are actually structured. This is going to give you a huge creative advantage, so stick around. Hey everyone, Transverse Audio here. Before we go over how a scale is actually built, let's talk about what they are first. Alright, the key is the root note of a scale, which is what the scale is built from. Now the key is also used to describe the scale when it's combined with the type of scale being used, such as a major or minor. This combination can be used to describe what key or scale a song is played in. For example, D major or F sharp minor. The scale, on the other hand, explains how many notes are used, what they are, and in what order they're in. This group of notes is a general guideline of what you should stick to using when composing a piece of music that follows the scale you choose. Now the root note is simply the starting or beginning of a scale. It's essentially the key, but try not to confuse them. They're technically two different things. With all of that said, you don't need to start your song off with the key or the root note, nor do you need to play your notes in the order that they appear in the scale. Now, there's a few different types of scales here, and they're definitely not all of them. This is just a rundown of what you'll come up against most of the time. First, a heptatonic scale contains 7 notes or pitches, and a pentatonic is just 5 of those 7. The only difference between a pentatonic major and a minor is the major doesn't use the 4th or the 7th from the heptatonic. Now the pentatonic minor skips the 2nd and 6th pitch from the heptatonic. When you see a major or minor scale without anything else, it's almost always going to be referring to the heptatonic version. Now let's use C major as an example here. C is the root note or the key of the scale, and the notes included in the scale are presented in order. Now each scale does have different notes involved, such as C minor. Instead of having E as the 3rd note in the scale, it's actually an E flat. And if you're wondering, a lowercase b next to an uppercase letter means it's a flat. A hashtag or number sign next to a letter means the note is a sharp. Now a heptatonic scale will always have exactly one instance of letters A through G, and it won't have flats and sharps in the same scale. It'll either stick to one or the other. Let's actually get the scale down so you can get a better understanding of what it looks like. When building a scale, you'll want to start off with the root note or the key of the scale. The C major starts off with C, then D, E, F, G, A, then B. You can keep going by repeating the scale in a higher octave or even in a lower one. These notes are essentially your canvas to paint on. Only sticking to the notes in a scale will give your music more flow and harmony. But if you've got a good idea or want to experiment, don't let the guidelines be a brick wall. Feel free to use other notes outside of the scale too. I hope you learned something new about scales and keys in music from this. If you're left with any questions at all, feel free to comment below. And as always, thanks for watching.